things Randi at RandiRhodes.com.
Go for launch.
Speaking truth to power, the Randi Rhodes Show.
Would dramatically cut Medicaid spending for disabled children and seniors in their golden years, dramatically cut education, dramatically cut public safety funding, dramatically cut health care, dramatically cut food and nutrition assistance. Draconian cuts that the American people find objectionable all across the country.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were essentially given a choice by some of the extreme MAGA Republicans: accept the Default on America Act or accept an actual default that would destroy millions of jobs, crash the stock market, hurt retirees, and skyrocket costs. Neither of those two choices are acceptable. And I think in the meeting today, which was positive because it was cordial, it was candid, and there's a potential path forward, Leader Schumer, President Biden, myself, we all made clear default is not acceptable, and neither is a take it or leave it approach.
I mean, they are attacking the most vulnerable as they do, because, you know, they're not going to attack billionaires. They're not going to attack the donor class. But the whole time they have to appear to be on the side of working class people. And it's a joke. You can't be for the billionaire class and never raising revenue off of them. You can't be for subsidizing oil and gas and subsidizing big pharma and then gouging people at the pump and gouging people at the pharmacy and then claim that you're for the working guy. And this is what they want to do. And that's why they're all a bunch of fast talkers. And all they ever do is pick on the most vulnerable people in society, which are people who are working and doing the best they can in the environment in which they live. So you may not have internet access, okay, because you live in Arkansas or you live in rural New Hampshire. You may not know that the rules for receiving food stamps have changed because they're not going to tell that to you. And so you may be disenrolled, and then all of a sudden you can't even afford a Band-Aid for your bleeding fingers or food. And any slave would get that because at least the overseers knew to protect the property. These people don't even know that much. I mean, it's really short-sighted, but this is who they are. This is what they do. They want to punish the poor over and over again. And the CBO is telling them in no uncertain terms that extending these Trump tax cuts for the rich adds $3.5 trillion to the debt that they claim really matters now. Now, remember when they were doing this, when they were lowering the tax brackets for the uber rich, when they were giving $37,000 to the top 5% in additional savings on top of, you know, all the other loopholes that they have available to them for capital gains and for, earned interest and everything else that they are able to do and depreciating assets. And then there's a yacht deduction, private plane deduction, all that crap that they're availing themselves. So, of course, the problem has to be the poorest people. Has to be. Because they can't raise revenue to meet the spending that they engaged in. You understand that 40% of what we owe was incurred under the Donald. And what did the Donald tell you? He said he loved debt. He loves it. Now, all of a sudden, it all matters. Deficits matter. Now, all of a sudden, the poor are getting $6 a day too much. Mark in Las Vegas.
Hi, Randi.
Hi, Mark.
You make my head hurt because there's so much stupidity on the right. But I feel like I need to go take an aspirin after listening to this.
Well, you should try arguing with them. I mean, you want an aspirin, don't blame it on me. Your headache is because of them. We just had a guy. We just had a guy in Missouri that took up Brett's
Don't give him any publicity.
Oh, please! Took up 15 minutes of Brett's time. Because he wanted to say that I'm wearing Grampers or Pampers or
It depends,
What?
I think, was
it
his
depends.
choice. Yeah.
He yes. So
Oh,
a
crying out
grown
loud.
man spent
a
10
grown
10
man
minutes,
spent
yeah.
10 minutes wasting Brett's time because he wanted to tell a joke about Grampers or something. I don't know.
Tell you what, send the guy a bill for the 10 minutes. of
I
your
really
time.
should. I really honestly should.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so this is where the headache actually starts. It's not me that's giving you a headache.
Absolutely. No. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to think it was you. It's
Yeah, well,
just
that's what you
listening
said,
to
and that's very
Yeah,
offensive.
yeah. I'm on your side, and
No, I
the
understand,
headache
but
isn't
yeah.
because of you.
But that's what you said.
Don't take me so literally. I've got a good point for you.
All right.
These programs, Medicaid and SNAP benefits, and all the things that so-called benefit the poor, all they do is flow through them to the stores, to the healthcare facilities. It's money actually going to the wealthy people anyway. They don't. It's not like It's not like I get a Medicaid benefit and all of a sudden my checking account goes up every month. That stuff is only used when you're going to the doctor or you're going to the store. So you don't keep that money anyway.
Right. Yeah, no, it's
You
true.
know?
I understand. And for every
Yeah.
dollar that you get in SNAP benefits, you're creating like $4 worth of economic activity, which is another good valid point. It just is. It keeps the economy flowing. Where the billionaires
Sure.
take their money and they put it on top of the pile that they already have.
Well,
I mean, there's
of course.
how many pizzas can a billionaire order in a day? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
they don't order more pizzas. They send their money to the Cayman Islands because there's too many poor people in the Cayman Islands.
too many poor people in the Cayman. No, they send their money there because they don't want to pay anything here.
Of course. That's my point. It's a complete waste of money, and it doesn't help the economy.
No,
anyway.
it doesn't. It actually doesn't.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to
No,
keep it simple
absolutely.
and small. How many pizzas
Yeah.
can a billionaire buy? And if you want to go high end, how many airplanes can he purchase? Okay, how many yachts can he buy?
Seriously.
Right? And I mean, like, how is that? How is that? An economic plan to keep 350 million people, safe and protected from each other. You know what I mean? It's not a plan.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What it will do is get you reelected. What it will do is it'll put corrupt people on the Supreme Court. That's another thing. Listen, the amount of money that you need to purchase a Supreme Court justice is getting substantial. And so the billionaires, they need their money because they have to buy as Clarence is going to age out, I guess, right? What is he, in his 80s now? So when he ages out, poor Harlan is going to have to go spend even more buying himself a new one, a younger one, a more, radical one. And that costs cash, right? So he's not interested in keeping our economy going. He's interested in keeping his market for Supreme Court justices functioning. And it's going to take a lot of billions to buy another one. Now, how does that put food in your house, or how does that put a job in your Rust Belt rural neighborhood? Okay, the answer is it doesn't. You're being bamboozled. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.